I want to welcome you to tonight's call. And tonight's call is going to be about 20 minutes, and I have the honor and privilege of really sharing with you some keys to success in your CTFO business. But before getting started, it's really important that I want to show gratitude and really thank both Michael Kahn and Stuart Finger for providing this amazing opportunity of CTFO. They've been working tirelessly throughout each day and giving all their heart and soul to make this dream come true for so many people by offering such a great company with awesome products, a great team of people. In addition, I really want to thank each and every one of you who are calling in, because really it's the team, it's you guys. I want to applaud you for taking time out of your night to listen in, to learn, to become a student, to hear, even if you pick up one thing or a few things to help you build your business. And a lot of people choose to watch a TV show or do something that's unproductive, and this is a commitment to you to improve your business. And again, it means a lot. It says a lot about you, and congratulations. So, as I said, my name is Michael Swilling, and for those who haven't had the opportunity to meet, and hopefully we will soon at an upcoming convention or event, I live in Connecticut, which is in the Northeast. I know there's quite a few people on the call probably from Canada. A little bit about myself. I've been happily married to my wife, Dawn, and we actually met in high school. So she was my high school sweetheart, and we've got two amazing kids. I've got a daughter named Madison, who goes to Quinnipiac University, and my son's a senior in high school, and we'll be graduating in a few months. So next year, we're going to be empty nesters for the first time, and for those who've already been in that point in their life, it's certainly an exciting but scary time. And a little bit about the industry. I've been involved full-time. Full-time means never held a job in the last 24 years. I make my income in network marketing and direct sales. And I've been doing it for over 25 years. It's been an amazing journey. I'm very proud to say in that period of time, I've only been involved with 4 companies. And that could be good or bad for some people, but it just shows my loyalty and belief in something, and that before I join something or get involved, it's really important that I do my due diligence, and that I'm in it for the long run. And certainly with CTFO, I'm here. This is where I planted my flag. I've been so excited, and it's certainly going to be a fantastic opportunity for everyone who engages. I went to the University of Connecticut, where I majored in business administration. After I graduated in 1988, so I guess I'm dating myself a little bit, I'm 52 years old. When I graduated in 1988, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I had a business degree. I remember meeting with a career counselor, and we talked about, what are things important to you? And I was like, well, I want to get up when I want. I don't want to have a 9-to-5 job. I want the ability to make unlimited income. I want to work for myself. And she says, well, you're an entrepreneur. That's what you are. So I said, great, what do I do? And she started talking about starting a business and going out there and looking. And after my graduation, I started looking. And I looked at 2 types of businesses. I call them the A franchises, which stood for a lot of money. And I think everyone's familiar with that. I went and looked at, for example, investing in a McDonald's. And I learned real quickly, just signing my name was probably $500,000. And I was in debt. I had no money. I was actually owing college loans within 6 months. And, it was A franchises were a lot of money. So those were out. And then you had your B franchises. And B franchises, I call them B because you had to be there all the time. Maybe I was going to buy like a little Subway shop or Blimpies or a little grinder place. I don't know if you guys say grinder or Subs or whatever. And, maybe it was less than $100,000, but you had to be there all the time. So if on a Saturday morning, if I had someone working for me on a beautiful day and they decided not to come in, I would have to be the one that was going to stand all day slicing the bologna, making the sandwiches. So at that point, I guess I did what any good college kid did back in the 80s. I went and became a lifeguard. And I like to call myself a professional lifeguard, and it was one of the best jobs I ever had, and it was great. And then all of a sudden, I started getting bills in the mail from student loans. I was like, oh my God, it's time to pay back my college education. So living in Connecticut, which was the insurance capital of the world, I went and worked for an insurance company. I was that white collar guy, suit and tie, Monday through Friday, getting in at work at 7, leaving at 6, and had a great job. Had all the benefits in the world, was making all the money in the world. Everything was really, really great. But I had no love or passion for what I did. I didn't wake up every day saying, oh, God, I can't wait to go to work. While I had the future pension, while I had all those great things that were going on, I didn't have the ability to have passion or love. I remember Sunday nights. I remember sitting there and thinking, I apologize. Someone's sending me messages, and I have to tune this out. I'm so sorry. Okay. My Facebook message doesn't stop, and it's distracting. I'm sincerely sorry about that, everyone. Okay, so what I was saying is that I was sitting in a point where I just had no passion or love for what I was doing. And then what was going on is that I got to a point where I literally was getting sick over. I was like, oh my God, this is miserable. And I started thinking about what the future had in store for me. I was starting to think about what I was going to do, where I was going to be 20 to 25 years from now. And I realized that it wasn't in corporate America. Now, if you're in corporate America, God bless you, that's awesome, and I think that's great if you enjoy doing it. But it really wasn't for me. It was something that I didn't want to do. I knew there had to be something else. So I remember, this was really dating me. I started looking in the Sunday newspaper and looking at the help wanted and all these things, work from home, make unlimited money, work the hours you want, all these great things. And every single time I went to a presentation, it was one of those pyramid deals. It was one of those things. And no disrespect, it was Amway, or it was Herbalife, or at the time it was NSA water filters. And I was like, oh my God, there's no way that I'm going to sell lotions and potions, and there's no way that I'm going to get in one of those Ponzi schemes. There's no way that I'm going to do this. I'm a college graduate. I've got a corporate job where I'm a manager. I didn't see myself doing it. I remember sitting down and looking at one of the presentations, and someone took out a napkin and started drawing circles. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then for me that night, I remember going home one night, and I laid in bed, and I'm not sure if you ever had one of those nights in bed when you sat there and you were like, oh man, almost where you're in tears, you can't sleep. And I started thinking, well, what if this really can work? What if people really can make money in network marketing, direct sales? What if this is something I could do? And that was a day that I made a decision to say, you know something? Let me give it a try. Let me see what it's like. And it changed my life forever. And I cannot stress to you how appreciative, how much passion I have for the industry. Because not only what it's done for me and my family, what I've seen it do for so many other people. So that was a day that I really, really did it. And I think the most important thing is why I've been blessed financially. What I've really been blessed is with freedom more than anything. So for those new and looking at us for the first time, or maybe you just got started today or yesterday and jumping on this call, or you've been a person who's been kind of jumping around the industry for a while, rest assured, and I can only share with you from my 25 years of experience, and I've looked at almost every compensation plan. I've consulted with companies. I've tried different products. I consider myself a student of the industry, someone who loves the industry. And I'm not just saying this because I think it's kind of cliche, involved with it, but there truly is no better opportunity or product on planet Earth. Period. Let me repeat that. There is truly no better opportunity or product on planet Earth. You are with the hottest company in the hottest industry with the hottest nutritional product in CBD at the right time. We've got incredible founders who are associates, get paid the exact same way everyone does. It has an extremely fair and incredibly lucrative compensation plan. And, one of my litmus tests of joining a company is, being careful in a startup. Well, we're 3 weeks old, but we're a 3-year-old company. So you've taken away that. I remember in business school, they said, hey, 99% of the companies will go out of business. Not in network marketing, but traditional business will go out of company in the first year. And those 1% that make it, another 99% will fail in the first 3 years. Well, we've stood the test of time, are a rock-solid 3-year-old company. So tonight's call is I'm going to provide everyone, which I hope you walk away with something, because I get asked this on a daily basis. What's the secret dust? What does it take to be successful? What can I do to become successful? How do I become in a situation where I'm financially free? What are the things I need to do? And some of these are really simple, but if you have a pen and piece of paper, I encourage you to get it out. Write a few things down. because I think this will help you tremendously. I'm going to give you 5 things. If you follow these 5 rules, I'm not going to guarantee you because you've got to engage, but I can promise you they will help you tremendously, not just in business, but in life too. So what's number 1? You ready? It's being a product of the product. Okay? Now let me be very clear. You do not have to order product to get paid here. And I think that's awesome. I tip my hat. I congratulate the company for doing it. I wish every direct sales and network marketing company would do that. And I think it's amazing because it really says, you know something, order the product because you want it or need it, not because you have to buy it. So kudos to the company for doing that. However, if you're here saying, hey, I want to make 1,000 a week, I want to make 5,000 a week, I want to make 10,000 a week, whatever your goals are, right? You have to really become a product of the product. I mean, listen, if you're a car salesperson, for example, or whatever, let's say you're selling Toyotas, you're not driving up in a Chevy. You want to know your product, you want to know your service. Or when someone says to you, when you're prospecting or you're sharing the products with someone, they're going to say, well, what are you taking? What do you think about it? You're going to say, well, Mr. Prospect, this is a great product for you, but yeah, I choose not to take it. Yeah, I don't take it in the products. I mean, you've got to have some integrity. You got to have some ethic. I am not in any way telling you have to buy product, but if your goals are high, and what's the number 1? It's not the number 1. I'll finish with number 1. Number 5 is number 1. But if your goals are high and you want to be successful, become a product. Have a belief. Listen, people can read through you. They'll look in your eyes. They'll hear your voice. They'll hear your tone. These products for me, the sleep product has been a lifesaver for me. I've been struggling with sleep for many years. I sprayed it on my tongue. I've had the best night's sleep ever. I've been loving the oils. I tried some of the eye cream under my eye. I'm embarrassed to say, but I did say it was 52 the night before we went out. And I can't wait to order. My biggest problem is I want to try every one of them. I want to get this stuff for the dogs. I want to try everything that they have. So they're so affordable and they're great. And people can read through you. And if you're only asking to do $47 on a monthly basis, why not get into the auto ship? Get the discount. You can cancel anytime you want, and there's a guarantee. There's 0 risk. You don't like it, send it back. Get your money back. I mean, you're not asking for anyone to do anything. And I love this thing when I talk to people on a daily basis, because I get questions every day from literally hundreds of people. And then I ask them a question and say, so what did you start with? They're trying to run a business like, oh, I can't afford it. And I feel like saying, you can't afford $47? How old are you? I mean, what have you been doing since you graduated high school? And I'm not being disrespectful. And I know there's a lot of people hurting out there. And you listening in might be one of those people. But you can't tell me if your television set broke, you're going to buy a TV tomorrow. You can't tell me that if you drop your cell phone, you're going to run off to the store to get a cell phone right away. You've got to put things in perspective. Don't sit there and tell me, hey, I want to be successful. I want to have freedom. I want to make money. I want to leave my job. I want to pay off my debt. Don't tell me those things and then tell me, well, I can't afford $47. Heck, if I was to open up or you were to go open up a lemonade stand, right? It's a lot more than $47. I got to buy a pitcher. I got to go buy the lemonade. I got to go get a poster. I mean, what are we talking about here? Honestly, I really wish, and I don't say this to be facetious at all, I really wish that it was a $10,000 charge to get into this business. That's right, just $10,000. You know why? Because you would treat it like a business. And that's number 2. Treat this like a business, not like a hobby. Again, this call tonight is not the rah-rah about the products. This call is a business call if you're interested in making money. Now, money isn't everything. You might be in the call because you want to help people, or you want to get healthier, or you want to share. There are a lot of reasons than just money. So I don't want to say that money is the cure-all. But maybe you are saying, hey, God, I just don't want to go get a part-time job to pay off my debt. Or, boy, if I can make a few extra bucks to do this, this is what it would do for me. So number 2, treat CTFO like a business, not like a hobby. Again, imagine this. If I said to you, yep, I'm going to work with you, I'm going to mentor you, I'm going to provide you a website, I'm going to provide you the merchant account, I'm going to provide you the shipping, everything's done for you. I'm even going to give you back office tracking, everything you need to run a business. But what's it going to cost me? Well, $10,000. But what do I get for $10,000? You get a business. You get everything you need to to go out there and run and build a business. If you made that investment, what would you do today? You go home, you spend the entire night reading everything you could about the library. You go out there and share this with everyone you knew, regardless. The challenge is it's free to become a CTFO. Again, tip my hat. The way network marketing should be. You shouldn't charge someone to get started. The challenge is when it's free to come in, the ease of coming in is the easy to quit. You get in today, someone says, no, I'm not interested. Or, oh, I heard that CBD is illegal. That's one of my favorite ones, okay? Or, hey, this doesn't work, or whatever it is. Then you quit, you're out. Because the cost of getting in was so little, it's so easy just to give up. Or your friend's cousin says something negative about the industry of network marketing. It's so easy to quit. But if you're vested, if you treat this like you invested $10,000, if you treat this like $1 million business, it will pay you that way, okay? If you don't treat it that way, it will pay you how you treat it. Now, it takes time. I don't want to say, hey, I'm treating it like a business. Why aren't I getting paid next week this way, okay? If you engage and you treat this like a business, it will do it. Listen, what do we do on a daily basis is we share the products and the opportunities with others. This is another one of my favorites. I don't want to tell any of my friends, and I'm in the no friends left network, or they're going to laugh at me. Well, let me tell you something. My sister, God bless her, in a previous company, we sold a product called Goji Juice, and we'd sit there at Thanksgiving, and she'd laugh at me. How's the Go-Go Juice going? I had friends not return phone calls. I've had more people laugh at me, But it's when they're up tomorrow morning, okay, in the freezing cold driving to work, and I'll wake up when I want, get in my robe, and spend as much time as I want. Who gets the last laugh, okay? So in this business, it's about sharing with other people. That's what we do. If you're not out there talking about CBD with someone or talking about the business opportunity or changing life, you're really not working their business. Now, let me tell you, I lead by example, and this is a fact. I've enrolled over 650 people. Now, I'm not doing that to impress you. And I'm also going to tell you, you don't have to. You can enroll just a few people and get to the very top of this plan. You say, well, why, Michael? Why did you invest? Why did you enroll so many people? Why did you enroll 3 more people today? Why? You don't need to. It's because I love what I do. I believe what network marketing is supposed to be is referring people to something. If you see a great movie, you want to tell everyone. If you see a great place, a restaurant, you want to tell everyone. Well, that's why I wake up every day saying everyone in the world should know about CBD. Everyone should know about network marketing. Everyone should know about CTFO. And if you're not willing to do that, well, you're kind of tiptoeing in. I mean, the worst thing that happens, no. See, I told you I brought in 650 people. Let me be very clear. Not one of them was from online visitors. Not one. Everyone was either directly or indirectly a referral, so on and so forth. And I will continue to enroll people every day in this business because I believe in it. Now, obviously, you get profit sharing points, and there's a lot of other incentives to do it, and you get rewarded to do so. You don't have to. You can get to the very, very top in this plan without balance or structure or the binary blues or left and right. You can make max amount of money by just bringing in a few people, a few key people. I enjoy bringing in people because I believe it, because I'm a product of the product, and it's easy to share. But I told you that great number, but I didn't tell you the thousands of no's. There's no one in this call tonight, probably combined, that's had more people hang up a phone on them, ignore them, laugh at them, say no than me. But I love no's. I think no's are great when someone says no. And no's never a no. It's just not right now. Okay? So that's the kind of mindset that you got to have to be successful. Treat this like a business. Okay? And guys, how do you do that? How do you share it? Well, I don't know how to share it. There are thousands of ways. Okay? Whether you contact your friends or neighbors. Referral marketing is great. Just ask people who they know. Take it away. Say, hey, this probably isn't for you. I don't think it is. Well, who do you know? That's one of my favorite things. Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, I can't guarantee this is for you. It might or might not be. But are you open-minded? Oh, you are open-minded? Well, listen, would you look at this video? Would you look at this website? Can you check this out? Can I send you some information? Can you take a peek? Do you know anyone that's interested in improving their health, interested in making some extra money? That's not hard to do. That's easy to do. You can put flyers up at places. You can do Facebook. Now, Facebook is both good and bad. If you sit there all day, you just think you're going to sit on Facebook and build a giant business. But I'm on Facebook. It consumes me now because I put together a team page That's just one piece of the puzzle. You just can't sit there and put a post and say, get up in the morning and say, oh, did you work your business today? Yeah, I put a post on my Facebook page. Now let's see what happens. That's great, but that's part of the puzzle. Again, is that treating it like a business or as a hobby? You can do three-way calls, you can do in-homes, you can do online visitors. I don't choose to do online visitors because that's not for me, but for those who can, it can be great. But that's a long-term, consistent thing in the cold market. They do work, but you got to be in it for the long run. Number 3, and hope you're writing these down, everyone. Remember number 1, okay, and number 2. So number 3, here we go. You ready? Write your goals down, okay? Your short-term goals, your long-term goals. Those goals can be how many people you're going to speak to a day, how many people you're going to speak to a week, what kind of money you want to be making in 3 months, what kind of money you want to be making weekly in a year from now. Write them down. Share those goals with others. My story, this is a true story. Many years ago, I read a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And if you're not a reader, readers do become leaders. I don't enjoy reading. I actually dislike reading, but I force myself every day to read through 30 minutes. Every day I've been doing that because I read a book once saying if you want to be successful, do what unsuccessful people want to do and to read. And even though I hated reading, I did it. I remember reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And probably the best business book of all time. And really, you could spend a week reading it, or I'll just tell you what it basically was. At the bottom of the line, he said, write down 5 of your goals, put it on a piece of paper, put it in your pocket, and leave it there for a year. That means every day I got up, before I did anything, I would look at the goals, or I just would put them in my pocket. And one of them was, my goal by that time, this was years ago, I wanted to make $100,000 a year. Don't ask me why, it was a round number. And sure enough, I put it in there every day. I still have it in my desk, so I leave it there to remind me of how important writing your goals down. And it's amazing how this universe works. Whatever that goal might be, whatever your goal might be, it might not even be a financial goal. Write some goals down. You don't have to do what I did. You don't have to put it in your pocket. You don't have to do that. But just writing it down, having it in a place can work magic. So goals are really important. Just don't go in here. I remember someone giving me an analogy one day about hockey. It's like going to a hockey game and take away the hockey goals, and all you're going to see is chaos. You're going to see a bunch of hockey players just running around, passing the puck around, and nothing's going on. That's like life. If you don't have goals, no matter what those are, so write your goals down. Number 4, ready for this? Never, ever, 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 ever quit. You've got to take this thing, no matter what happens, good or bad, and say, I'm in this for the long run. I'm into CTFO, 1 year, no turning back, commitment. You know what the definition of commitment is? Do the thing you said you were going to do once the feeling is gone. Let me repeat that. Do the thing you said you were going to do once the feeling is gone. Okay? And we live in a society where, man, the feeling is gone, people want to quit all the time. Okay? And trust me, you're going to want to quit, especially since we're so young and so new and 3 weeks old. Things are going to go wrong. They're going to be tough days. There are going to be things that come across like that are going to spook you or scare you, or someone's going to hang up the phone, or someone's going to say no, or your product's going to be delayed an extra day, or something's going to happen. Listen, if you want something that's working perfectly, there's a company called Amway. It's a great company. It's a billion-dollar company, right? I'm sure they've got everything perfectly over there, okay? You can't quit. You've got to say that I'm in this for the long haul. Everyone that I've ever known who's been successful in network marketing, and successful is relative because success is different. Success to you could be, hey, I just want to make $500 a week or $500 a month. That could be successful. It's a great goal to do. Or you could be saying, hey, I want to make $50,000 a week or $50,000 a month. It's all relative to what you want to put in and what you give back. And I assure you, anyone that reached their goals, they had one thing in common. They never quit. And people quit every day. Here's the sad truth. There's probably 1,000 people in the call tonight, right? And sadly, 800 of you will not be here in the next 30, 60 days. And I'm not saying that to be negative or down. It's just the truth. Something's going to happen. Someone's going to say something. You're going to read an article, or someone's going to quit the business, or someone's going to say, hey, I tried the product, it didn't work, or you're going to have some discouragement, or you're going to get a bunch of no's. That's the way it is, and I wish we could change it. But if you really want this, and you say to yourself, hey, I want to do this, number 4 is don't quit. Give it a 1 year. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Just say, I'm all in. I'm going to do this. Now, it doesn't mean you've got to say, I got to give 40 hours a week. I got to do this. I got to talk to 10 people a day. It could be any amount, whatever your goal is. I always love talking to people and say, well, what are your goals? Well, my goal, Michael, is I want to make $10,000 a month. That's my goal. I say, well, that's great. That's a great goal. And then I say, well, what are you willing to do for it? Well, I've got bowling on Tuesdays, and then, on Thursdays, The Bachelor's on TV, and then, weekends, I like to, what I mean? I'm going to say, okay, great. Well, you just told me you want to make $10,000 a month. What is your commitment? So let your commitment of what you're going to do to really reflect on what your goals are, okay? Because there's a direct correlation, okay? So you definitely want to do that. Okay, finally, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I promised you the biggest secret. What is the secret? So hopefully you have out a pen and piece of paper. You said, Mike, what's the magic dust? What is it? What was it how does it all come together? And hopefully by now you might have thought what it was, but here it is. You have to have a why. Now, here's the thing, okay? You have a why. You know why I know that? Number 1, you got on this call. You wouldn't have been on this call if you didn't have a why. Number 2, you hung in there. You didn't hang up yet saying, what does this guy know? You really want to be here, okay? You've listened this long. You have a why. You might not know what it is, but it's inside your heart. For me, my why, which I'll publicly share, was I wasn't happy with what I was doing. I had all the money in the world. I had all the prestige. I had the white-collar job. I was working up the corporate ladder. I had hundreds of people working for me. I had insurance. I had everything you can imagine. But I had no passion or love for what I was doing. And I knew that if I continued living that way, I'd have no life at all. My why was that day when I woke up one morning and it was like 10 degrees out, and I remember scraping up my car, and sitting in traffic and just sitting there going, oh my God, am I going to do this for the rest of my life? Go to something that I have no passion or love for. That, for me, got to a point when network marketing was a roller coaster for me, and I was just learning it, and people were saying no, or there were disappointments. All the times that I wanted to quit, and trust me, I've quit CTFO hundreds of times. I've quit the industry thousands of times, but it just keeps me coming back saying, you know something? I know what it's going to take to do this. I know what it's going to be out there. And your why could be anything. It could be maybe you want to buy a new house. Maybe you want to pay off debt. Maybe you want to pay for your college education. That's a big one for me right now. You know what I mean? One of the things is that my daughter goes to a private school. My son has chosen to hopefully get into a school of his choice. We're looking at over $100,000 a year just in college education. That's one of my big whys. We're not going to get any financial aid. So I'm a family person. I really want to give back to a lot of people, but I also want to take care of my family. That's another one of my whys, to be able to provide for them and do for what they're doing. Maybe yours could be a vacation. Maybe it's a car or a house. Maybe it's spending more time with others. Maybe it's not money at all. Maybe money doesn't mean anything to you. You just want to help others heal. And you know the power of CBD, and you want to give back by serving others, by improving their health. There's so many reasons that are out there. But without knowing what your why is, and think about it. And maybe it's not going to come to you right now, but trust me, that why can put you into tears. That why could be something passionate. You've got to recognize that why. And why do you want that why? Because it's going to help you see this as a long-term play, okay? Be one of the 20%ers. Be one of the ones that are here 6 months, a year, 5 years now. Benefit from what's going on. Be part of something that's really, really special. So that's my presentation tonight. I'll give a quick recap. Number 1, be a product of the product. Number 2, treat CTFO like a business, not as a hobby. Number 3, write your goals down. Number 4, never, ever, ever, ever quit. And number 5, and the most important secret is have a why, have that passion. And if you really want to help and serve others that you bring in, understand what their why is. not as much as the how-to, but their why is. Because if their why is strong enough, they're just going to be success. They're going to be successful here. And some people's success could come in months, some can come in years, but it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Remember this, everyone. The pioneers become the millionaires, and all of us tonight are certainly pioneers. I appreciate everyone calling in. I hope that it was helpful. I'm excited to hear from other leaders for weeks to come. It's been certainly just an absolutely amazing journey. And bye-bye for now. Make it a great night, everyone.
And